on this awesome Wednesday. If you're watching this live on Instagram or on Facebook. So I love that. Obviously, I'm still in the guest bedroom with the kids' tent behind me, and Guinness is laying down right behind me. But today we're totally going to be discussing collaboration. You can hear Guinness. What? Are we talking about you? Well, get up here and say hello. Get up. Get up and say hello. Come on. What? Come on. We're talking about collaboration. Don't you want to collaborate? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. There. Well, you can. There. Is that good? Is that good? Do you feel like you're included now? I love you. All right. So now Guinness is included. Collaboration. So what I wanted to share with you around collaboration is one of the projects that we just did. And I've talked to you a little bit about this before, but in a time of being really sensitive to our energy and where we're putting our focus, I've been hitting the learning and coaching and all of this kind of education stuff really hard. And I want to throw some questions at you, and I want you to write them down, and then I want you to think through them, and then I'll tell you what my answer ended up being. What is having an impact? Where are the energy leaks in your strategy? Is there a lot of action but not a lot of traction? And how do you turn up the volume for your talk on life? For the talk of your life. So like, how do you basically and I just had this conversation yesterday with Dolores Hirschman, and we just happened to be on a podcast together, and like as a part of a panel, and her and I were having this conversation, and it was just like kind of I don't want to say an epiphany, but as soon as kind of the world stopped, there was a lot of questions around staying sane, during these insane times, which of course meant that I wrote that. If you haven't already downloaded it, the workbook or the ebook that's on our website under resources, but also, being able to have that resource and have those collaborations, and that really being able to be the force multiplier. And so when I look at what we did with the difference makers, right, with the difference makers project, and I look at having Damon and Aaron and Andrea and Dr. Tracy Gendron and Nicole and Jay, and like all of these amazing people that really I talked to, but I was able to bring them all into one space and share them with you. And by doing that, I'm adding value to you, but I'm also adding value in a way that is like a force multiplier. So with one conversation with a person, by recording it and then setting up a platform to share it, and some of you are listening to this and going, Bunny, that's called a podcast. Like a ton of people are doing it. It's a ton of work. It really wasn't. I mean, YouTube, this is just a simple YouTube plugin and a page on my website. And we've gotten so much good feedback, and it feels so good to be able to do it. And it feels so good to not have to do it alone. And, I think coming from an individual that has a service animal and that is practically never alone, I think the collaboration it means so much more to me. But I think right now it means so much more because we're thinking that we're in isolation. That's the thought that's coming to our mind. But at the end of the day, we're still so connected because we probably have never been more connected, even though we are in isolation. And what I mean by that is because we're all going through and sharing a very similar common enemy. And we're all going through this time together. And, that's something that very few generations experience. Other generations, like generations that went through World War I, World War II. I mean, this is basically uh, like the precipice of the entire world feeling this. And we all have this one common enemy right now. And so being able to preserve your resources, being able to think about how you can multiply, be a force multiplier through collaboration is definitely something that I want you to answer those questions. You can put your answers in the comments. I want you, if you haven't already, to go get the resource, How to Stay Sane During Insane Times. No cost, free to you. No, bait and switch there. That's absolutely free to you. And that's at abetterplaceconsulting.com/resources. And we can make sure that link is also in the comments if that's helpful. But being able to take care of you and use your energy to collaborate and make a tribe and make your voice heard, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to find your tribe and to help them share their message, help them have you be able to share your voice, your story. And that's how we're going to make the world a better place. It's not through being individuals, it's through collaboration, it's through being one big tribe. And I'm looking forward to, this is just a small portion of the amazing gifts that have come out as a silver lining for what we're going through. But I am just happy to be able to have this tribe and have this opportunity to collaborate with them. I'm so grateful for everybody who has collaborated for the Difference Makers discussions and who made the ebook possible, because Lord knows that that's not my gift of putting graphics together and verbiage and all of that. So that took an editor and all of these kinds of things. I'm grateful for the people who showed up to be able to contribute to Difference Makers and contribute to this conversation on collaboration. So, and I want to know those answers to the questions. If you missed the questions, I'm going to throw them at you one more time. So grab a pen and paper so that we have those questions ready. So what are you doing that is having an impact? Out of all the actions that you're doing in your business, what's having an impact? Where are the energy leaks in your strategy? Where can you identify moments of a lot of action, but not a lot of traction? And where can you turn up the volume on your talk of life? Like the talk of your life, your purpose, your journey. Where can you turn that volume up right now? And who can you collaborate with in order to make that happen? That's what I have for you today. Thank you for making the world a better place.